Ladies and gentlemen, this is Felix. I'm going to be putting you through in this training, PBX P&L trading strategy. PBX P&L trading strategy is a very simple and straightforward trading strategy that even a beginner can learn and know how to do. There are a few things we always look at. Few things that are very important in trading. It's understanding the direction of the market and at the same time seeing the proper structure of the market. Then if that can be established, you're good. Now we start from daily time frame to see probably the bias of the day in that market. Now, so we use daily time frame probably to see where is this market actually going to. So this is the daily time frame, right? So by structure, so let's take this as an uptrend. Then now we're having a downtrend. Very simple, right? So, but there are a few things you will need to know. Even in a downtrend, you can have a bullish day. So first of all, there's some things that matter to you using our strategy. First that matter to you is called your candle, the previous day candle close. So that we just do what we call identify some pivot point. So taking the pivot point, so we identify the previous day high and previous day low. So I'm going to do that. So follow the instruction to get there, the previous day low, previous day high. Now, so most of the time, why? P&L is called price action and liquidity trading strategy. So most time when the market actually has swept the high or the low of the previous day, it gives you good opportunity to keep a correct direction of the market. That's number one. Then we got something candle continuous story. And now why? The previous candle closed bearish. You want to have a bearish following day. The previous day candle closed bullish and below or above the previous candle, then, so like this candle actually do what? It closes bearish and it was a structure break. Now listen, every candle is a structure. So when this one, so look at this, there's already a market here. So there was a confusion here. This market have a massive move up to this point that formed like what we call the rejection block in ICT. So, but we're not teaching you ICT here. So, but there are certain concepts that are overlapping with each other. So this closes, well, so you can tell this one didn't close below this. But this candle actually close below this. You want to have the market to actually go down. But there are a few things you would understand. This market, because of this long wick here, so this become a liquidity. So now what I'm going to do is that by the time you go to lower time frame, perhaps 4 hours, you're going to see this. So then the first, have a look at them. Have a look at the daily itself and see the previous day high and low of the candle. Then you want to now see the structure. So looking at the structure, but is it the structure? This is already a downtrend. So you want to see immediate structure break. So where is the immediate structure break? So we're going to look at the immediate structure break on this daily time frame, which is here. All right. So this is the middle structure break. So that means this is a break of structure. This is the high and this is a low. So we have some pivot points. So I'm going to take an established high or low. If you are confused about this thing, watch this video again and again. So it's going to help you to actually be in charge of your market. So we have established high and low. So that means in this case, this is our dealing range. So this market, you look at, okay, where is it likely for this market to get to? Even if it's still going to go to sell, then that's where you look at what we call your, what's it called? Your Fibonacci retracement. To what extent can this market return back to? You see, taking the market, if you are selling, you should look for an entry at what? At premium. So equilibrium is the 50. Then from 50 to 61 is actually the what? The golden zone, and we have the OTE. But forget about those jargon. If you are my student, you get to understand all of those jargon and you can know how to implement them. But the most important thing is that you want to identify some area of focus. Okay? They call it point of interest. We call it in PBS Club, we call it area of focus. So that means this is an area of focus that I want to look at. Look at this now. Trading is not just gambling. It's not just jumping around to say, okay, I want to take a trade. Now, so this is an area of focus, and because I'm envisaging that the market is bearish, even though this liquidity was taken off, so you have to look at those things as simple as possible. So quickly now, we're going to go to 1 hour time frame to see the structure properly, and then look at where perhaps we want to take some markets. So now, we're on 4 hours. Now, in 4 hours, you can see that the market is a downtrend, very simple, right? So there is no need to speak too much English. If that is the case, This market is still bearish, all right? So this market is still bearish. If you look at this, anytime you are looking at the structure of the market, look at this to say this is this, no. But because this one has taken over this, so you're going to have this. This is a high, and then we have a low here. So this entire down here is a low because this is the structure high, and then we have a low. This is a problem most people have. All of these are internal structure, internal liquidity. So this market broke. This is the structure again here, still even on daily. So if that's the case, on 4-hour time frame, we have a low and we have a high here. This is an internal structure. This is the break of structure proper. If that's the case, so the market now return back to this point. If you look at it logically, so you take your Fibonacci retracement for this swing high to actually this swing low. Now you can see that when you get to this swing low, what happened? You see the market, and there's a bit of what we call fair value gap. So there are a whole lot of language you'll be hearing, but just to show you the practical naked chart and trade and make profit. So you can see that the market actually came to the golden ratio. Now, within the golden zone, then you can table it to where you want the market to actually come to on 4 hours. This is how you do top-down analysis, and you'll be fine. Now, since that is the case, so where is the recent break of structure on these 4 hours? So the recent structure break on these 4 hours. 4 hours is a powerful trading structure that you can always maximize. So here we have a high and we have a low. So my dealing range here, you remember I talked about this one, about the previous day candle. Now, so I take about and move from here, this swing low, to swing high to this swing low. Now the market have tapped into this point. So this is ordinarily, so your area of focus. So if this is my area of focus, I can take this one, though has not been mitigated, off. Okay, so that's my area of focus. So I need to stay on my area of focus on 4 hours. That's what makes more sense. Now, but because I've tablet this, then I can actually buy up and still sell down. That's the normal thing. So now, if that is the case, the structure we have done on 4 hours, you can do it on 1 hour. But let's go quickly. So I'm going to go, when the market return back to this point, I need to go straight to 15-minute because 15-minute is actually my internal structure. All right? 15-minute is a powerful internal structure. So the market has come into this 15-minute time frame, and of course, even swept this liquidity. So here we come. When you tap into this point, you want to have a very fantastic rejection. And sometimes you want to have a change of character sometime. But sometimes I trade with some of those activities. I want the market to come inside this place very well. But there's something you must understand. If you are a swing trader, when the market gets here and you find your entry, you want to make sure that your stop loss is above that zone. Because the market can come and take out this liquidity and then still get rejected and sell off. So on that note, I can navigate down because this is synthetic. So I can navigate down to 5-minute time frame to find a very sweet entry. Now, if the market do not enter into this zone, I'm not going to take trade. So understand that. So that you don't get deceived about this. This were 5-minute structure. So you have a high, a low, so a high and a low. So if that's the case, so this is a break of structure, and then this is a low. So as it is now on 5-minute time frame, you have the market return back up here. Perhaps the market looks so funny, but definitely because we were looking for a rejection. Sometimes we can look for 3 minutes or even 1 minute. You know, this is synthetic to an extent. So if you go to 1 minute or 3 minutes, so I always take a trade with what we call swing point. Now, because you have a region you expect the market to get to, and that's why I waited for that market to get to that point. And what do you have? The market is here, and I'll create a structure and then move up here. Now, this is not a valid thing for me, so patience is required. You see that inducement happened, so displace this market and return back to this point. Look at a very fantastic rejection, and this is called the power of 3. Now, our scanner work with what we design because we have what we call PBS market scanner or sniper core. If I enable the PBS sniper core now, you are going to see the trade that's a valid trade. And outside that, this had actually come and break a structure here, and then we have a reversal to this point. So if I enable our own scanner now, you're going to see something very fantastic. Let's go quickly. A sniper calls. Now, what do you see now? So you can see a sniper call on this. Now, this was a sniper call. I was not going to take this because I have an area of focus that I want the market to come to. So when the market came to the area of focus, then that was a very nice one. So that will have formed my entry to sell. That's where we say complement your understanding if you take even over our scanner. So my entry will be here, and my stop loss, ordinarily, if you are not a day trader, if you're a swing trader, your stop loss is supposed to be above here. So if you look too big, fine. But if you know what you are doing, you will know what to do per time. So 1:2 risk was your first target. All right. So what do? You give it a buffer, because even if you come back to that region, you are still fine. So that means this is my take profit. 1:2 risk reward. How much am I risking? I think this is usually 0.5. So if you look at it now, 0.5, that's I'm taking about $11 to $12 as my stop loss. And to make this, I'm just being very simple to let you know as much as possible. So when I've gotten an entry on 3 minutes, even I can go to 1 minute for this market structure shift and all of that, I can go back to the 4 hours that gave me that signal. So you can see now, going back to 4 hours, the 4 hours is already forming part of 3. Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. All you need to have this trade go well now is for this candle to close bearish and close below this candle. Once you close below this candle, the next candle will struggle again, and then the market continue. Remember, the market is bearish. So I cannot extend to this. This is my own extension. Here is my first take profit ordinarily, and here is my second take profit as a swing trader. You may want to ask me, why do you say this? I created my own internal extension on, so that means I'm going to do 1:4. When would that happen? I don't know. So I'll take the trade and then allow it to run. I can take the first take 1:2 risk reward and allow that trade to run. So that's the most fantastic thing that many people don't pay attention to when it comes to our activities. Can you see now? So look at the scanner, and it has given. If I go to 1 hour time frame, probably it will have given a kind of particular sell. But when you have basic understanding of the market, then you can do and even maximize any instrument given to you. So the same thing, you see that is PBS markets sniper core, and at the same time with these what we call trading zones, right? So you can see that the rejection, if you go to a 4 hour time frame, you're going to see that rejection of 4 hours as powerful as possible. Is somebody learning something here? This is the simple way to maximize trade. No struggle, no stress. Just allow yourself to be. All right. First of all, you want to identify the market trend. That's very, very, very important. And then you can now wait for the appropriate time. When it was here, you can ride up to this point if you are smart. If you are not, relax yourself. Let the market come back here. Rejection will happen. Take your trade, put your stop loss appropriately, relax yourself, and be fine. That is just the summary of what we do in PBX. So we trade as simple as possible. Look at Bitcoin. A lot of people were struggling. Look at what it has done. Look at all the rejection. So the same way, if you go to daily time frame, look at it. What did I told you about the daily time frame? You want to look at the what? The narrative. And now if you look at it, Bitcoin was choppy here, rejecting over and over and over into this zone. So, but if you look at it logically, so let's quickly look at it logically. If you look at Bitcoin logically, so Bitcoin came down, create all manner of structure here, but you can see that even your scanner give you as a structure here. So it went up here, so it created this one, it created this high. So internally, so we have this external, then you have this internal. Now, if you look at it now, the market is getting abused, as it were, because you are coming to this point. But if you look at it now, when you are using your scanner, what do you have? The market has left the OTE. That means the only hope this market have is this support region. Now, if you cannot wait on this support region, excuse me, the market. Now, but do you know, I've predicted this market to sell to $65 since. I know virtually everybody didn't actually believe, because they were like, oh, what are you talking about? It's very simple. When we are trading, it's not about noise or about structure alone, especially when it has to do with Bitcoin. I quickly will show you something. The market has left entirely out of a region and jump out to other things after grabbing a lot of liquidities, and that's what we talk about trading. Now, if you want to understand how to actually trade as simple as possible, following just basic things and then following how the market maker, especially in cryptocurrency, now we're out of range entirely. So that means that support is going to hold. So if you watch this video on the 2nd of June 2026, wait for Wednesday or Tuesday evening, and then look for a buy opportunity. Why? So because we have another point here at $74,000, at $76,000 to be another point that this market is going to return back to. And I'll quickly show you something. But that is still even determined by the people who hold the market. And who are the people? When it has to do with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, the people who hold the market are the people in charge of ETF. the BlackRocks, all these guys, and look at what happened. Today, we have not gotten the data. But if you look at what has been happening, see much sales, many sales, many sales that are happening. Now it's getting reduced, but look at yesterday, that was a very bad one. So we'll have to see what happened today by tomorrow data. So today data was revealed tomorrow, then you can now do this macro data activities and all of that. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a very simple thing for you to make money in the financial market. Call it forex, call it crypto, call it synthetic. We trade everything. And that's why you can see our scanner is doing massively well. I can't lie to you. This is a massive stuff. Gold have dealt with a lot of people, but anyone who is using our scanner will be making money. Why? You just follow the simple instruction. So you want to know how to use our scanner very well, subscribe for it, and we'll teach you. We have detailed trainings and all of that that's going to help you to maximize our scanner. Many people have been complaining, the scanner isn't working, this scanner is not working, because you are not paying attention to simple instruction. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching, and then do something as fast as possible so that you can benefit from this ecosystem. So Plan B Express actually run different system, helping you to make passive income using automation, AI system, and then you can make money on different broker we used, and then different solution provider that help us to maximize, profit as people are paying as much as possible. All right, so that's me. This is Felix. I'm privileged to be the team leader of Plan B Express. We have a lot of things to give to you if you can pay attention to learn. We'll show you how to make passive income, just connecting to automation and copy the expert, and you'll be making money every day. Simple. No small story. Now, we have known that many professional traders are not profitable, and many profitable traders are not necessarily professional. So we call them profitable participants. We want to be a professional that will be profitable. Then pay attention to what we have to offer in PBS community. You want to be a profitable participant? Of course, we have a solution for you. That's what makes us unique. We diversify into different opportunity options. And then even in the stock market and different stock. Like, wow, if I go local stock, FITSIN, there are some stock we have bought into as much as possible. Local stock, that is, I'm talking about my country stock, which is Nigeria. All right. And then these are stocks. Then we have another stock, MTN Nigeria, right? These are stocks. All right. We'll talk about other stock. I was surprised to see NEO was moving up. I didn't know because it was at $3 and $8 the last time. Look at it. So even the scanner is picking buy stock, and selling stock as it were. Right? You go to Invida. I think we're having Invida distant meeting, 20-something of this month. All right, so you can see how powerful this can be. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and then pay attention. Let's help you to explore the global financial market with ease. My name is Felix. I'm the team leader of Plan B Express. Now, go to the comment section, pick the link there, get started with us in any of those markets you're interested in, and you want to subscribe for our scanner. It is just very cheap. You can see a phone number below. Chat with that phone number. They will direct you on how to get access to the scanner. Plan B Express, together we rise. Bye.